Good morning and welcome to Accounting 281 QuickBooks Computer Accounting. I am happy to have all of you in the class. Looks like we have quite a crowd, so we should have fun this semester. When you log into your course, you'll see your course homepage, and of course you've been there if you're listening to this video because the video will be posted in announcements. To access your book, it is in Connect. So if you already have a Connect account, which many of you do, just click on, you'll have a Get Started here. It won't look like this, but it'll look a little bit different. You'll get started there by logging into your Connect account and connecting to this class. In the content area, you'll notice in the start here, my information is in here. The syllabus and the schedule of work is in here, information on how to access the textbook, and then just other basic information. Let's just take a look at the schedule of work so I can kind of get you oriented to what you'll be doing. So for the first half of the semester, from the first day on January 19th through March 19th, which is just before spring break, you'll be working in the textbook and learning how to use QuickBooks the normal way. This is common technique. This is what the textbook manufacturer, textbook writer wants to show you about each chapter. I've tweaked things a little bit, but I'm basically going to let you follow that. However, after spring break, we will be doing a case study. That case study is an actual set of books for a business from January through June. This is an actual business that ran here in Tucson. It is now closed, and the owners have given me permission to use their information. So this gives you kind of a hands-on way and maybe a little bit different perspective rather than just a textbook perspective on how to use QuickBooks. So the whole second half of this semester will be the final case study. And please note that you must attend an orientation. I will be holding an orientation. It will be in the evening before, actually, I think I'll probably have it on the exact day that it opens. You have to attend this orientation, so please, please make arrangements. It's the one time in the semester where I really want you to join me. If you absolutely cannot, I will be recording the meeting, so you'll be able to watch it. You must watch it before you start the case study, but we'll go over that later. Let's talk about the textbook and what you'll be doing in the textbook. So if you go back to the table of contents, you'll notice the very first section is an optional QuickBooks certification. If you want to be QuickBooks certified when you get through with this course, you can do these certification practices for each chapter as you go through the chapters. And I want to point out that there's a couple of different types of certifications. There's the Pro Advisor program. This is just Intuit's way of getting their Pro Advisor membership money. It's quite expensive to do this, and I don't think it provides as good of a reference in the business world as becoming a QuickBooks certified user. This one carries an industry certification. I just realized I misspelled this. I'll fix that. And a proctored exam that's taken through Certiport. The last time I checked, and I put the link in here for the Certiport website and this test. The last time I checked, the cost was $149, which is quite a bit less than the Pro Advisor membership. However, I want you to know that the accounting program has a fund with our foundation that can help you pay for this if you can't afford to pay for it and you want to do it. So keep that in mind. If you just go through the optional certification questions for each chapter, you should be good to take the proctored exam. But if you're interested in that, take a look at it. I just want you to be aware of it before you start so you can keep up with it as you go. And then for each chapter, you will have, I don't have it in every chapter, but if I have a read me first, please take a look at that. Take it seriously because I give you information that could be useful to you. For chapter 1, you will not be using your own QuickBooks file. You'll be using an online test drive. The one thing you want to remember is that online test drive resets every time you close it, which can be very useful if you kind of get lost in the work and you can't figure it out, just close it and start again. There is a homework assignment for chapter 1. I would recommend for each chapter, before you start the chapter, do the read me first and take a look at the homework assignment and find out what they're asking, because it's separate from the textbook. So chapter 1 and 2 are due at the end of the first week. When you get to chapter 2, you're going to set up your new company. You will receive an email from me with directions on how to set up your new company. Please do not do this until you start the chapter. When you get the email, wait until you start chapter 2 to set up your company, because otherwise you'll end up with some problems. And I also want to mention that I have heard through the grapevine, I haven't had an official notification from Intuit yet, but I've heard that there's going to be some major changes to QuickBooks Online, and they do this all the time. They'll make changes and things won't look the same in the textbook as they do on your QuickBooks. That's normal for any cloud-based software. You should be able to work your way through it, but if not, reach out to me through the discussion board and we'll figure it out together. So in the discussion area, there's a discussion for each chapter as well. They're not graded, but if you have questions, get in here and take a look. Post your question, see if your question's been answered. I monitor these frequently, all the time, and we also will have an embedded tutor for this class that will be helping out. So the best thing I can tell you to do is any of the discussions you should subscribe to. This is what I do, and I say, send me an instant notification, and I subscribe. What that does is every time somebody posts something, it sends you an email for each separate post. Now that may seem kind of crazy, but what happens is you can take a quick look at what was posted. If it's helpful to you, leave it in your email and then check on it later. If it's not, just delete it. It's very easy to do. I do it for all of my classes, and there's a lot of students across the board, and it never becomes a real issue because I can quickly read it. I know what's going on in the class, and I know if I need to answer any questions. Okay, back to the home page. My information is in here. There's a link here to click to make an appointment with me during office hours. I can meet by Google Meet. When you set up an office hour, it will automatically create a Google Meet invitation. If you want to meet in person, be sure to indicate that when you make the appointment, or if you want to meet virtual, please indicate that as well. Monday and Wednesday are virtual only. Tuesday and Thursday, I can meet either virtually or in person. If none of these times work for you and you need to meet with me, please email me and we'll set up a time. There will be a new widget here for our embedded tutor as soon as she gets set up. She will be helping throughout the semester. This is a student who has taken my class before and thoroughly understands the material, so she'll be available to you as well. I think that's all I have for you, other than remember that there are assignments due the first week, so don't wait to get started. Chapter 1 and 2 will not take you a long time, so start on it right away. Don't forget to do your introduction discussion. Sorry, I have a cold sort of, so I'm trying to talk my way through it without having a coughing fit. Do your introduction discussion. Tell us about yourself. I'll post in there as well. If you need me, reach out to me. I'm here for you this semester and happy to have you in the course. Thanks.